Why is it that some men just can't seem to settle down? New research indicates it may be part of their DNA. Early show correspondent Debbye Turner Bell reports.
We see it all the time. Some men just have a tough time being monogamous, and there seems to be an endless supply of excuses.
They have a lot going on right now in their life. They're just busy with work, their career.
I'm too young is my favorite one, especially when they're like 35. It's a good one.
But commitment phobia may be biological. According to a Swedish study, the presence of a genetic variation makes a man less likely to stay in a committed, stable relationship. Of the 552 men in the study, 40% had this variation. And the more variations present in their DNA, the more trouble the men had in their relationships.
I mean, my mom never thought this would work out. She was all, once a cheater, always a cheater.
So DNA may answer the question why some men can't commit. But it brings up another question. If given the opportunity, would you want to know?
Yes, I'd be interested. I'd be curious. Sure, yeah, why not?
And joining us now is psychologist Dr. Jennifer Hartstein. Good morning.
Good morning.
You looked over this study. Is it real? Does it seem real to you?
It's definitely an important study, and it definitely leads us in a direction, but it's a very small number of men, so it needs to be replicated, and we need to really see it happen over time to see if this is something we can rely on.
And what was your response to the results of the study?
My first response was, wow, now people have something to rely on as an excuse. So we have to really be aware of that that's not providing us an excuse.
Because if you're a serial cheater, right, you can just say, look, it's in my genes. You can rationalize your behavior.
Absolutely. And the fact is people do that all the time with lots of things. We overeat, we overspend, so we rationalize it away. But genetics isn't the only thing to consider. We have to also consider our environments, our culture, the family structure that we grew up with, our friends. Those things have as much of an impact as genetics in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can blame what we're made up of all the time.
Well, because this really is it nature versus nurture? And this study basically says it's in the genes. A guy's going to wander around. It's just, what are you going to do about it?
Right. What's monumental about it, I think, is it says 2 out of 5 men have this genetic variation, which is a lot.
Yeah.
So we have to really think about what is the nature versus nurture argument, and can it be counteracted? So can we think about what do we need to do if we know we have this genetic mutation, and how can we treat it? So can we be aware?
Here's my real question. You're a spouse. You're a partner. You know that whoever you're with may be prone to this.
Right.
Should you just look the other way, or should you say, honey, it's not just genes?
Well, hopefully I don't have a spouse who has this gene. So we're hoping that.
I'm not asking you personally.
But we have to think about professionally things, if we're aware of them, we really can treat them. So it's no different than someone who has real social difficulties and giving them skills to manage that better. So if we're aware that we have this genetic issue.
Or the question could be on the other side, why treat it if that's the way it is?
Sure. But why treat anything if that's the way it is? We can walk around with lots of depressed and anxious people too.
Dr. Jennifer Hartstein, thanks very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.